Okay, hello everyone. Today is our first lesson in numbers of IGCSE mathematics. Okay, so in today's lesson, we'll make a fully discussion about fractional numbers. Okay, so let's move into the first part about fraction operations. Okay, so first we have to know what types of fractions or what the categories for fractions in here. Okay, so here I divided the fraction numbers into three parts. First is proper fraction. And here you can find there's maybe like here is 2 over 3, and you can find the numerator and it's smaller than denominator. Okay, maybe here is the numerator and here is the denominator, and you can find 2 smaller than 3, right? Okay, so we can say this kind of fraction number is always smaller than 1. Okay, very easy, right? Okay, another is kind is improper fraction. Okay, and you can find the numerator and is bigger than denominator. Okay, and you can find here is 5 over 2, and we knew that 5 over 2 is bigger than 1, right? And after that, we have a mixed number. Like here is like 2 with a half, okay? And you can find there's a like integers with fraction numbers. And we knew that 2 with a half, that means like 2 plus a half, and is 5 over 2, right? This is how we are using the operations for this in the mixed numbers. Okay. So always remember that for multiplication and division and the mixed number is like this way to calculate. First, we have to write down it as 2 plus 3 over 4. And then we can turn the 2 into 4. Like here, the numerator is 2 times 4, and then plus 3 over 4. And the final answer here is 4, and here is 8 plus 3, and it's 11 divided by 4, okay? That is how we can calculate right here, okay? So for here, there's also some simplifying method. Like here we have first some factors of 24 and factors of 36. And we want to just simplify the fraction number right here is 24 over 36, okay? Then you can find the factors right here. First is 1, 2, 3, and to 24. And the factors right here is like 32 is 1, 2, 3 to 36, okay? And here we can say, oh, maybe here we can first divide it both by 12, and it's for 24 divided by 12 and equals to 2, and 36 divided by 12 equals to 3, okay? So you can find we're just maybe making it more easier, right? Maybe just 2 over 3, okay? So here is for how to calculate the fraction numbers and how we can simplify this. Always remember that to find the common factors of them, okay? And here is how we are just using addition and subtraction between two different fractional numbers. And you can find here, first we have to find the largest common multiples, okay? And then you can find in the adjusting the numerators, and then we are just adding and subtracting, and then we can just making them as just a simple fraction numbers. Like here we have 2 over 3 plus 1 over 4. And first we can find there's a, like the lowest common multiples, and here's 3 and 4 is 12, right? So we can first write down as 12. And 2 over 3 just turns into maybe for the 8 over 12, right? And 1 over 4 maybe we can turn into as 3 over 12. So after adding them together, that you can find the here is 12 and the numerator is 11, right? So it's 11 over 12. Okay, that is a result. Also very easy, right? Okay. And how to multiplication with different fraction numbers. Right here, we can say we have example like 8 over 15 times 5 over 12, right? First, you can just find that 15 we can write in as 5 times 3, right? So here the answer is 8 over 5 times 3, and here we have to time 5 over 12, right? And then you can also write down like 8 equals to 2 times 2 times 2, and 12 equals to 2 times 2 times 3, right? So you can find there are some like factors between them, and you can find maybe on the upper here you have 2 times 2 and you have 2, 2, and you can just both divide it by 4 at the same time. Because you can set the percentage here doesn't change if you just maybe make the upper of the fraction number and maybe the lower for fraction number both multiply or divided by the same value, right? So here you can just divide it by 4 together. So here the answer is also divided by 5, and the answer is 2 over 3 times 3 is 2 over 9. Okay, this is first how we can calculate this. Okay, and for division also like this, we can just maybe first to switch the fraction number into maybe just to change the maybe from 2 over 5 into 5 over 2. Just replace the different places for the numerator and the downward for fraction numbers. So first we can find 3 over 4 divided by 2 over 5. We can just switch this into 3 over 4 times 5 over 2. And the final answer is 15 over 8. Okay, so we can also change it into 1 verse 7 over 8. Okay, that is for division. I think it's not very difficult. Okay, so here are some deliberate practice for you to maybe solve first operations problems. You can just first try it on yourself. Okay, please. Okay, so the first problem here is to convert 3 and 2 over 7 to an improper fraction, right? So for this problem, you can set first, you can just to write down as 3, you can switch it into like 21 over 7, right? That is for the first part. And then we can set we added this 2 over 7, right? So you can set, and the final answer is 7, and here is 21 plus 2 is 23 over 7. Okay, this is the first question. And second is to simplify the fraction number that is 45 over 60, right? So you can first write down as like here 15 times 3, and for 60 is 15 times 4. So you can both divide it 15 at the same time. So the final answer is 3 over 5. Okay. And for a third problem, here is 0 over 5 plus 2 over 7. We can first find the lowest common multiple together, right? For 5 and 7, the lowest multiple, the lowest common multiples is 35, right? So you can first switch this 3 over 5 into, like here is 21 over 35, and plus, here we can both times 5 together, that is 10 over 35. So here is for 31 over 35. Okay, that is for these operations. And for the first problem, like here, like 2 with a half times 1 with a third. So here is 5 over 2 times like 4 over 3. Okay, so here you can just write it down as 10 over 3. And for the fifth question, we can find that is 5 over 6 divided by 15 over 16. So we can just switch or maybe reverse the fraction number into 5 over 8 times 16 over 15. And here we can find that is 3, and you can divide it 8, and here is 2. So the final answer is 2 over 3. So they're not very difficult, right? Okay. So this is for the first problems for fraction numbers, how to operate them, and how to make it very clear. Okay. So I guess after this class, I hope you can just try to solve these problems and try to simplify and trying to make more practice on them. Okay. So that's for this lesson. See you next time. Bye.